how to drastically increase your confidence when speaking. I'm going to be presenting 3 tips. Welcome to the channel. This is Confident Conversations. And so in this video, we'll be talking about how to drastically increase your confidence. Tip number 1 is to slow down. Now, most of us speak actually from anywhere to a more higher than regular to a fast pace when speaking, especially when nervous. So in regular conversation, we can tend to be sort of a medium pace. Whenever we're speaking to others or presenting in front of others, we tend to be more nervous, more unsure. And so with that comes speaking at a faster pace. And that's not something which is ideal. In fact, speaking slowly is the ideal way when trying to come across more confident. Why? Because it demonstrates you're thinking more before you speak. It sounds less like you're nervous and in fact more like you have control over your voice, control over your words, over what you want to say. So make an effort to slow down your speech. How can this be done? Well, one way is to use the tapping method, either physically or mentally. Tap at the end of every single word, such that in any conversation, for every word, there's going to be a tap. So for every sentence, you're going to be doing a certain number of taps. And so because you're mentally tapping every single time you're enunciating or speaking a word, you're forced to slow down because it's not easy to tap do continuous taps because you're speaking at a fast pace. So slow down, do that mental tap for each word, and this helps you become more confident and come across more confident in your speech. Tip number 2 is to ensure you're using pauses. So in every speech, there's going to be words and there's going to be sentences. And with every sentence, there's going to be a full stop, and sometimes we have commas and colons. For every point you make, either at the end of a sentence or sort of like a comma in between a sentence, make sure you're pausing. You don't want to be continually speaking without a pause. Pausing puts more emphasis on the words you're saying. So for instance, in this video, I'm talking about 3 tips on how to speak more confidently. Now, I could have just said more confidently and continued the conversation, but it puts more emphasis on the last word, confidently. And it doesn't need to be a very long pause. It doesn't need to sound overly robotic. It's just regular speech, but you're emphasizing a particular word by using a pause. So especially when you're speaking, think about what are the most important words or the most important points inside your conversation, in the speech you're giving, and focus on pausing for the most salient points and the most important words. Tip number 3 is to speak with more confidence, is to speak with more energy and passion. If someone speaks in a very soft and an overly calm, monotone voice, this doesn't sound as confident as someone speaking with more passion, with more energy, with gravitas. So ensure you're not speaking in a monotone manner. Ensure you're speaking with energy, with passion, with enthusiasm. And a key way to do this is to ensure you enjoy the topic you're talking about. So for instance, if you're into sports and you're watching the football, this is a topic you enjoy, so you can speak with more confidence, with more intelligence because you know the topic, and passion. But if you're speaking about a topic which you're uninterested in, which you're not enthused by, you're less likely to speak with passion and thus with less confidence. So to wrap up, slow down in your speech, ensure you're using pauses, and speak with energy and passion. Thank you.